Ruth Buzzi, laugh-in icon and legendary purse swinger, dies at 88. Cause of death and final words revealed. May 2nd, 2025, Connecticut. The entertainment world is mourning the death of Ruth Buzzi, the beloved comedy powerhouse best known for her role as the feisty Gladys Ormphby on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Buzzi passed away peacefully at her home in Connecticut on May 2nd, 2025. She was 88 years old. According to her husband, Kent Perkins, the cause of death was natural age-related complications. But even in her final moments, Buzzi's comedic spark burned bright. Her final words, full of her signature wit, have left fans laughing through the tears. A peaceful goodbye, full of laughter. Buzzi's final days were spent surrounded by loved ones, revisiting decades of sketches, letters, and tributes from fans. Her passing, confirmed by longtime family spokesman Cheryl McAdams, occurred in the early morning hours of May 2nd as Buzzi slept comfortably in her bed. She went quietly, peacefully, and unsurprisingly with a wisecrack, McAdams said. Her husband of over 4 decades, Kent Perkins, told reporters that Buzzi's final words were a callback to her signature comedic persona. After being read a fan letter thanking her for a lifetime of laughs, Ruth reportedly quipped, "Well, I never. Oh wait, yes I did," before chuckling softly and closing her eyes for the last time. Comedy's original purse wielder. Ruth Buzzi wasn't just funny, she was fierce, original, and one of the few women in 1960s television who could steal the spotlight without saying a word. Born on July 24, 1936, in Westerly, Rhode Island, Buzzi grew up in Waukettaquock, a sleepy New England town, before studying acting at the Pasadena Playhouse in California. Her early days saw her performing in summer stock and musicals, but her breakout moment came when she joined the cast of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In 1968. There, she introduced America to Gladys Ormphby, a grumpy, hat-wearing old maid who weaponized her oversized purse against unsuspecting men. The character became an instant hit, appearing in nearly every episode from 1968 to 1973. Her hunched shoulders, squinting scowl, and perfectly timed swings became a comedy staple, so much so that her purse now resides in the Smithsonian. Laugh-In royalty. While Laugh-In was packed with legends, Goldie Hawn, Lily Tomlin, Arte Johnson, it was Buzzi's Gladys who arguably became the show's most enduring character. She was nominated for 5 Emmy Awards and won a Golden Globe in 1973. Even as television evolved, Buzzi's comedic style remained timeless. She didn't need blue humor, shock value, or politics, said Laugh-In producer George Schlatter. She had a purse, a glare, and better timing than most stand-up comedians working today. Fellow cast member Lily Tomlin added, "Ruth could land a joke with just a shoulder twitch. She knew how to control silence, how to build suspense, and how to explode it all with one line or one purse swing." Far beyond the laugh track. Though best known for her television work, Buzzi had an incredibly diverse career. She voiced dozens of animated characters over the years, from the Smurfs to Pound Puppies, and appeared regularly on game shows like Match Game, Password, and Hollywood Squares. Her stage work included Broadway runs and national tours, and she was one of Disney's go-to comedy guest stars in the 1980s. Her advocacy also made waves. In 1983, her anti-littering PSA as Litter Gladys became a viral hit before the internet even existed. "Please don't be a litter, Gladys," she scolded, purse in hand. The video was shown in thousands of schools and helped shift the tone of environmental education for children. Private life. Public joy. Despite her fame, Buzzi kept a relatively low profile off-screen. She married Kent Perkins, a writer and actor, in 1978, and the couple lived for many years on a ranch in Fort Worth, Texas, before moving to Connecticut in her later years. Together, they ran a horse rescue foundation and regularly supported charitable causes, including the Actors Fund and several animal shelters. She loved comedy, but animals were her true soft spot, Perkins said. The only thing she ever swung a purse at in real life was a raccoon that tried to steal a sandwich. Buzzi never had children of her own, but fans across the country felt like part of her extended family. She responded to fan mail religiously and even held virtual meetups during the pandemic, entertaining thousands via Zoom. Her final curtain call. In what now feels like a bittersweet farewell, Buzzi made a surprise cameo in June 2024 during a special Laugh-In Zoom reunion. Appearing on camera in character, she scolded Dan Rowan's son for interrupting her nap and gave a virtual whack with a digital purse filter. The moment quickly went viral, with many fans calling it her final performance. According to close family friends, Buzzi had been dealing with mobility and memory issues in the last year, but her humor and sharpness never dulled. Even in her last days, she was telling jokes, teasing the nurses, and laughing at her own reruns, Perkins said. She said, "Hey, I'm still funny," and she was. Tributes from legends and fans alike. Hollywood and the comedy world lit up with tributes once news of her passing broke. Steve Martin tweeted, "She made a room howl with just one look. That's rare. That's Ruth." Carol Burnett said in a statement, "Ruth had a face made for comedy and a heart made for kindness. We've lost one of the good ones." Mel Brooks wrote, "Ruth Buzzi was the queen of physical comedy. She could destroy a man with a glare and a handbag, and I loved every second of it." Even younger stars like Kristen Wiig and Aidy Bryant cited her as a major influence. Wiig posted on Instagram, "Without Ruth, there's no Gilly, there's no Target Lady, there's no me." Legacy that lives on. Buzzi's legacy isn't just nostalgia, it's alive and thriving. TikTok's Gladys Challenge, which features creators reenacting Buzzi's classic purse-swinging scenes, has more than 2.8 billion views. The Smithsonian announced they'll be expanding their Women in Comedy exhibit to include a new installation on Buzzi's career. Meanwhile, the Paley Center for Media will host a 24-hour Laugh-In marathon on May 5th to honor her contributions. "We're not mourning her, we're celebrating her," said curator Marissa Lloyd. "She deserves nothing less than a festival of laughs." Final wishes, final laughs. In a final letter left with her attorney, Buzzi requested a celebration of silliness to be held at the Friars Club in New York. She asked that her most iconic purse be buried with her but left empty. "The jokes are all used up," she wrote. Her official epitaph? In true Ruth Buzzi fashion, it reads, "Here lies Ruth, finally stopped talking." But for her millions of fans, her voice, her glare, her swing, and most importantly her laughter, will echo for generations.